Well, hi there. I'm so glad that you could join me in my home. There's never before been a time where we are a little bit more aware and know about eating healthy. It's so important that we eat healthy, seasonal produce, and food that is beneficial for our brain, for our heart, for our kidneys, for our liver. And eating seasonal, that is the best way. There's so many of people that I've seen as the years have gone through. I've been 45 years in hospitality has shown me that we are more and more in a fast food zone. And there's sectors. There's the people that eat organically. There's the people that eat healthy. There's people that just eat and they don't even know what they're eating. Fast food. There's nothing wrong with fast food. Nothing wrong with that in moderation. Everything in life is so important that we eat it in moderation. Our bodies are important. Some of us live a long life. Hopefully we continue to live a good life. And it's like I look at my body like a car. And for me, my body is a prestige car. So I put the best fuel in my car. I've always said it, I'd rather live rich than die rich. So when I say live rich, it's in the context of eating rich. Good food that is good for my body, for my health, for my mind, for my gut, for every part of me and my family. We eat very, very well. We eat seasonal produce. So I'm targeting the area where a lot of people eat a lot of takeaway. That's all they eat. I'm an observer. I've watched people on what they eat and how they eat. And that's really important that you become aware of that. Sometimes we binge eat. We're finished eating and all we want to do is binge eat. Targeting that area in ourselves is we really need to be conscious of why we're binge eating and why we eat takeaway. You might be able to be you're going in a takeaway and it takes you 20 minutes or 15 minutes to get in there. That's why I wrote 101 Ways to Transform the Way You Eat, is because that was the first lockdown that we went into, and a lot of people were in just takeaway, waiting. The line was about 3/4 of an hour long. It took them 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, an hour and something, and you couldn't put just a simple meal together. And some of us, we find it very, very hard on putting a simple meal together. The simple meal is eating seasonal produce. So we could do with one thing, as you've been watching on some of the videos, eggplants. Eggplants are huge. They are really a meal in themselves. You can make so many things with eggplants, and so many people don't know what to do with eggplants. I know quite a few people who would say, well, I look at the eggplant and I get really confused and it overwhelms me and I don't know what to do with it. So an eggplant can be used as a substitute, as a schnitzel. You can make a schnitzel out of it. You can cook it in the oven whole, and when it's really, really soft, open it up and just use the meat inside. And with that meat inside, you can make beautiful vegetable, virgin olive oil, drizzle it on top with some garlic and put some fresh mint on it and chop it off. And there you've got a beautiful context of like a salad instead of peppers. You can use that. You can mix it together with peppers, with grilled peppers. You can boil it and use it and make meatballs with the boiling. There is so many things that you could do. I look at a vegetable and I can contemplate on doing 7 to 8 different things with that. already knowing on what I can do with that. So just in understanding about things, and sometimes it's better that we learn and we grow our knowledge and our library, our internal library on cooking. It's sometimes the best interest to go and do, classes. We're traveling so much. Go Thailand, Vietnam, Italy. So many places that you can go to and learn about different regions of cooking. We are in an era right now that so much is disposable at our door. The Google, the internet. Just Google and recipes and different ways of finding out. Before your body gets and shows the signs of saying, I've been eating. I watch some people and they hove their food. They put all this food and they're not even realizing what they're eating. It's just to fill the hole of that empty and not even being aware that food is important. What we put into our system, the car, the fuel that we put in. We can't just put, if our car is a prestige car, we've got to put great fuel, which is the premium unleaded. You can't just put diesel, you can't just put gas, so you need to just be aware before your body is showing you signs that it's in trouble. Like your gearbox is gonna go, your engine might go, your muffler's this. I'm not much of that, but I'm just saying things like that to try and give you a point of how food is important. For me, I grew up, everything. Food was my day-to-day life. My mum and my nonna, it was all about what we were going to eat for the day. Food is the blanket of our entire day. And so I've continued that even now. Food is what important about what we eat, how we eat, and sitting down and having a meal at the table is very important, because when you sit at the table, you are acknowledging that food is important, plays an important part to refuel you. So when it refuels us, and being mindful when we eat and when we chew, some people at the table, my family never talked much when we ate. When I was growing up as a little girl, it was very rare that we had a conversation at the table. And now as I'm getting older, I do understand those principles, because I've been reading a lot and I've studied a lot about the Eat Right for Your Blood Type diet. And I've been on it for over 30 years. It's important. And they do, Peter Adamo, who's the writer of the diet of Eat Right for Your Blood Type, he says that while you're eating, it's, you're in tune. You've got to be in tune. So you're sitting down and you're having the meal and you're chewing, and, it's just, even it's being mindful about that. We are having this meal, and this meal is really important for my body, for my health, for my mental status, and my well-being, my total well-being. So as you're chewing it, and you could think about the person that made the meal, about them, and how important that person is in your life, how important the farmer was. You're going to I love going to our local gardens on the Mornington Peninsula, the market gardens, getting the fresh fruit and vegetables that are local. You get to be, it becomes really personal. You interact with that person, and you admire, I love and respect my local market gardeners, because through rain, hail or shine, they're there. They make an effort. So they make an effort. So it's important for me to make an effort of going every week and getting the fresh fruit and vegetables from them, where would I go? Well, I only go there to the supermarket and get fruit and vegetables if I am desperate and I haven't had time. But I make the time. Even when I was working 12-hour days in my restaurant, I still made the time to eat local, the local market gardeners. So it's really important that we put a slot in our mind and in our mental place that food is the most important thing. Food is medicine. It really is. And how you eat, what you eat, when you eat, and where you eat are very important as well. How you eat. Shove it down. Don't even give it time to think. It's training your body. So shoving it down. Look, I've worked in hospitality for 45 years. I know what shoving down the food down my throat is, and then feeling sick after it. So it's training ourselves, training our mind on how to eat properly and where we eat. Do we eat in our study? Do we eat on the couch? Do we eat in a room locked up? At the table is important. The table represents family. It represents your heart, your home, who you are. When you eat. When do you eat? There's so many ways of when you can eat. I like to eat between 10 and 6. I like to do the fasting method. I also like to not eat after when the sun goes down. I've never eaten when the sun goes down. Even in hospitality, hundreds of times I went to bed hungry and got up early in the morning and had a really good meal. Cooked up myself scrambled eggs or poached eggs and avocado, a bit of fresh salmon, tomatoes, make that. If I hadn't had a really good meal at night and gone to bed without eating, then I would have a hearty breakfast, because breakfast is breaking the fast, right? And so we've talked about where we eat, when we eat, how we eat. And what's important is what we put in our body, and being mindful of the food intake. So moderation in everything. I believe all food is good for you, all in moderation. You can see that from the light and easy diet. So many people have been on that, and it works because they eat portion control and a little bit of everything, and nothing is said like you can't eat. They even have sweets. So being mindful is so important for us today. Putting a bit in our mind and saying, I'm going to be really mindful of what I put in my body today. It's really important for my health, for my family. And then today I'm going to be mindful when I go shopping, what I'm going to put, what kind of food. So my family, we've eaten nothing but seasonal, and we eat a lot of vegetables. We have meat, fish, chicken, a bit of poultry, a bit of even rabbit. I love fish. My family all come from the coast of Sicily, and so fish is really, really. My mum, I think she had meat once a year, but it's important. So why I've said this, done this video, is I just want you to be mindful of your health. Be mindful of what you eat, when you eat, where you eat, and how you eat. Really, really, really important. In a place today where we are so busy and flat out. Now, the energy outside has to stay outside. What you bring into your energy, into your home, is important. Taking a couple of deep breaths before you're about to prepare your meal. You know, and if you don't know what you're going to prepare, just stop. Do a couple of deep breaths with me. Let go of that. Another one. Slowly. I'm about to cook dinner. What is it that my family and I need? Open up the fridge. Have a look what you've got. You've centered yourself. And slowly take the fast pace away. You're in control of that fast pace. You're in control of what you put into your body. You're in control of how you put it into your body. You're in control of where you put it into your body. And you're in control. That's how we center. There is a busy life out there, but it doesn't mean that I've got to bring that busyness into my life. What's important is you, your life, how you eat, where you eat, when you eat, and where you eat. So next time that you're going to prepare your meal, put the for. Where, when, how, I've forgotten, but when you eat, where you eat, how you eat is important. I think you can look it back but those four are really, really, really important. How we eat, when we eat, where we eat, and when we eat. Look after you. You're the major key player in your family. Looking after your health is so important. Look after yourself. See you soon. Bye.